What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow that Twitter and Instagram right down below. Today we're going to be talking about Bill Burr returning to SNL for a monologue. Now, before everybody sues me, I want to tell you that I'm a huge fanatic of comedy in general, even the history behind comedy. So I really, really love comedians. And he killed it as usual. Bill Burr is this very cynical person. He kind of matches that of Sebastian Maniscalco, but less theatrics. So Bill just kind of points out the pathetic things people do in their day-to-day life. You know, he could go on about bits about like AirPods. I don't know. He could do a whole comedy skit on AirPods and it'll be hilarious. But the thing is, he's known to push the boundaries, and he backs it up with his kind of Bostonian attitude kind of persona that he's built. I don't know if it's a persona, because the more he grows up, the more he really does, he embraces that. So I think that actually is him. But on stage, he probably like hams it up a lot, because that's kind of his skit. Well, in SNL, he took it to a place where it would cause a lot of people discomfort, and that's probably what he was intending to do. The first thing he talked about was the pandemic, and this is near and dear to good old Billy Boozebag's heart, because Bill actually talked about pandemics and letting them just run through once in a while, because you just want the world to be less populated. And, you know, that's the joke, and he killed it. He crushed it. But what's crazy is we're in a pandemic now. So him coming to SNL in the middle of a pandemic is the most Bill Burr thing ever, because he's known to continuously roast and joke about pandemics. So the fact that they got him, I feel like that's kind of a direct correlation with the fact that he continues to do that about pandemics. So I think it's hilarious. He then moved on to talk about women and Pride Month. So he talked about white women being the least oppressed gender and race in history, and then all of a sudden sticking themselves in the front of the row of oppression. And this may offend a lot of people, and I'm not defending Bill. I'm not saying anything. I'm explaining what he said, okay? So if everybody wants to be up in arms, I'm explaining what he said. So Bill, what he's pretty much saying is that there are so many people that were oppressed before a white woman. There were, black men, black women, gay people. Man, I would even go ahead and say Native Americans, and then white women. So what he's saying is white women kind of just shove themselves in the front of the line when they really don't have anything to complain about except like hot seats in a car and their SUV and their big rich house. Once again, his words, not mine. Please don't cancel me. I only have 540 subs. By the way, thank you guys. Thank you, 540. So then he went on to talk about Gay Pride Month and how it's like a ridiculous thing to have, given that they were never oppressed. And listen, jokes are awesome, and they are backed by a lot of truth. But I think that these jokes are not only backed. I wouldn't say they're backed by truth per se, but they're probably backed by some sort of vocal group that may think the exact same way as Bill thinks. And I think that's what Bill is gunning for. He's gunning for people that think like him and think that way. I don't think Bill is going to get canceled, and I'll tell you why. There's a tactic that some comedians use. They bring up being canceled before they tell the joke. So that way it's kind of like a haha, I told you so moment. So that way if Bill does get canceled, he'll say, yeah, I said it in the beginning of my skit. And I think that's such a great tactic, because what he did when he said that, he started it off saying, I'll probably get canceled for these jokes. What he's doing now is he's setting this he's kind of forcing them to back up a little bit. He's putting them in a position where it's like, I want you to do what I told you to, because I want people to understand how ridiculous you guys actually are. So he's calling them out. And so people are not going to cancel him. I don't think he's going to get canceled because he said that in the beginning. Had he not said that in the beginning, I do think he would have got canceled. Do I think Bill Burr could get canceled? Probably a little less than others. Yeah, I do, because he built his persona around this anger kind of rant, comedy skit. So he has a lot more leeway than, say, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is more of a kid-friendly, kind of like, but very moderate racial jokes kind of guy. So he's very kid friendly, but Bill Burr's definitely not kid friendly. Bill Burr would probably end up doing comedy skits in a bar, while Kevin Hart would do comedy skits at like a Toys R Us or something. Anyway, or a Chuck E. Cheese. Tell me what you guys think. I think he killed it. I love this skit. I love Bill Burr. I've been watching him since I was about 14, 15. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.